Literature here at UW-Milwaukee. She is an award-winning instructor and won the 2017 Joan Lazurko Award for Excellence in Teaching and Technology. And today she's going to come and talk to us about her experience with online teaching, especially with online video. And also I heard she has some surprises in store for us as well, things that I didn't know about before, like 10 minutes before we started today. So I'm pretty excited about that. So please, yeah, please.
Okay, so thank you so much, Leila. I'm very happy to be here. I am originally from Israel. I moved to the US about 12 years ago, and I teach Hebrew here and also teach Hebrew in high school in Milwaukee. So I wanted to do introduction, like to get to know a little bit more, but I think we'll have to skip that because we're already a little bit late. But I will talk about a lot of my experience as a foreign language teacher, but again, everyone can relate to their subject, and if you have anything to add or think how you can use it in your area, it will be good. 2 years ago, we started to teach Hebrew online at UWM. So this is the only language at the moment that is offered online. And it, of course, raised many questions. How do you teach language online? It's so much a communicative subject, and students need to talk, students need to listen to the language. And I was, I said, okay, I'll do it, but I was really nervous how to do that. Still, I'm learning how to do it because it's only the second year, and there's so many things to, that probably I will even do better. But one of the things that really bothered me is how students will hear the language and how they will speak the language. Because writing and reading, yes, you can do it online very easily. They get the book, they get the paper, but speaking and listening. So what I found that the videos that I create or they create fulfill the skills of speaking and listening, because they're going to listen to me. And also one of the problems was how I can explain things, like, grammar points, or if they don't understand something. So the videos really helped me to do that. And again, you can do it in any subject, even though it's online. Any subject can do it. And then Canvas is really helpful. I used to do D2L and it was hard. With Canvas, because we have external tools, it makes it easier. So let's start. I will just we'll do a lot of examples that I have. And then maybe we'll have time for you to try something. So I'm going to show today how to incorporate video lectures using Kaltura. Kaltura is an external tool that UWM, I guess, purchased, or it's part of this My Media. So I'm using that for my lectures. We're going to look interactive video quizzes using Kaltura and H5P, which means that students are watching the video, and while watching, they answer questions. So again, any subject, if you give them something to watch in any subject, they watch and you create the quiz, and while watching, they answer questions. And I will show you examples. We are going to look at Canvas, how we are using Canvas. So that's not connected to Kaltura and H5P. This is Canvas, how to upload and record videos for assignments, discussions, and announcements. And then maybe if we have time, we'll do some hands-on. So using video lectures, I have a few points that I find it benefits, but of course, everyone, you can add more. So the first thing was for me, effective means of delivering course content and infusing teaching presence in the virtual environment, because they don't see me, because there is no face-to-face class. So this is the way for me to show myself. Maybe they will see a face behind the screen. And also, of course, to deliver the course materials, if I have to explain, if I have to show, if I have to talk about cultural points. So that's the first thing. Another thing is what we call the flipped classroom. So students actually pre-record lectures or demonstrations, and that, again, if you have something in history or science, or you want them to read, but and then spend class time on discussions, on applying, not to use the class time for content, but let them watch at home, maybe do some activities at home, and then come to class and skip the content lecture and just use the class time for discussions, solving problems. So again, this is a term of flipped classroom. It's very common now to use flipped classroom to save class time for other things. Lessons and content are more accessible. So again, for students that want to either miss your class or, didn't get everything when you lectured or when you teach, they can go and can look at that again and take their own time to hear the lecture again. Promote self-paced learning and self-directed learners, again, because they can play with the video forward and backward and see what, again, they have to listen to that. And I can show you some students see a few times the same lecture. And self-directed learners, they can decide how they want to watch it, how they want to study. It's not you telling them, okay, now everyone is listening to me. They can say, okay, just 5 minutes now, and I need to go maybe to a different thing. And then, so it's more like they have more control when you give them videos. Can be reused. So again, of course, if it's something that you need to change because it's not updated or up to date, so of course you change it, but many things are the same, right? So if I teach the language, the same way we say hello, shalom, it's not going to change. So some of the things we know that we will teach again. So the last 2 years I have a lot of work because I record all my classes, but from now on, because this is the first year that I'm doing the 4th semester of Hebrew. So I actually, in the last 2 years, I covered 4 semesters. So 101, 102, Hebrew 201, 202, and now I have a full set of 4 semesters. So from now on, next year, I will just need to improve to see what, maybe I can improve that, maybe add more. But most of the work I already did. Like, of course, I always, have new things. You always authentic materials. If something now happening in Israel and I want to share, of course, you always have to add, but the base is there already. And what I also very like about the Kaltura, that you can view analytics about video usage. So you can see how many students watch it, how long they watched it. You can give points for that, for watching. And then, it's also give them the responsibility to come to class and be active. And it's not like, okay, I didn't read the book, I didn't read the article, now I'm coming to class, the teacher will say anything anyway. No, you give them the responsibility. If you don't listen to my lecture, you will be really, not in business, what we say, like in class, because I base my lecture or my class on you watching at home in your free time. Initially they get a week. So there are many advantages of using recorded videos. Okay, so let's see how we do that, and I'll give you some examples. The sound is not going to work, I guess.
I will.
Yes?
Yes, I got it to work. Do you need it now?
Oh, no, not yet.
Okay.
Wow, you're great. So basically what you do, and I think 2 years ago, Dylan helped me, right? Remember, I came to your office and you helped me to download Kaltura. Everyone can do it. It's actually in your Canvas. And if we have time, I'll show you how to do it. So everyone can download the app, I guess, right? The Kaltura. By the way, Kaltura is an Israeli company, so it's a pride now, because I'm from Israel. So I didn't even know before I started that it's they're a startup. So you have 4 options, and I will show examples from each one. So one option is to record your screen or part of your screen, tell your story just with a webcam, screen and webcam, like you speak and they see the presentation, and just voice. I use a lot of the screen because I usually record myself in my pajamas, but sometimes I show myself. So let's do some examples, okay? And let me go to the example. Oh, I can. Yes, I can. Okay. So this is my canvas, and my media is in the account. Okay. So again, yeah. So my media is in the account. I'm going to my media. So these are all my. So it's working. We'll see. So this is all my videos, and I want to show you first. I'm going to show. Let's say that I'm going to record your webcam in one, okay? So I'm going to show you using your webcam. Okay, so it goes like that. So let's see if you can, let's see if it works. So this is a nice way to welcome students to your class or just to give announcements in your Canvas. From Israel. I teach Hebrew here at UWM, and I'm so excited to be here today in this active teaching lab and to share with all of you how I use videos in my online classes and through Canvas. So thank you very much for being here today, and I hope we'll have great time together. I speak English. Let's start. I don't know if you can pick up my accent there. Okay, but that's the idea that you can do that. So this is like so this is the webcam. Like you just tell them, and then when I start my class, because it's an online again, everyone present themselves. So it's a nice way to see who is there. Another nice thing about videos that all students need to participate. So there's no like the silent audience that just listen and let other people, talk. Everyone has to be part of it because everyone has to upload the video. Everyone has to introduce themselves in a foreign language in this case. But again, it's like a discussion, but everyone has a voice. Another thing that you can do is record your own screen or part of the screen. So this one, I'm just giving them my book. So all my book is scan. And then, again, we cannot hear, I guess. But, so this is like the book that I use. And I scan the book. And what's nice about it is that you can write on that. You'll see in a minute how it's... So I can highlight things.
שלום לכולם. היום אנחנו מדברים.
Can hear, right?
על עמודים 33 עד 35, so it's 33 to 35. אנחנו מדברים על אשדוד. אשדוד is a city in Israel. But before we go to read about Ashdod, let's look at the map of Israel. And this is the map. We have the borders, Lebanon בצפון, סוריה בצפון מזרח, ירדן במזרח, ומצרים בדרום. We have major big cities, חיפה.
Explain like hard concepts maybe. Maybe there is something that you think that if you just say it in class, some students got it, some students didn't, but you don't want to repeat it every day, like every class, because some people really got it and you want to move on, but maybe it's a science or math concept or something that, so this is a good way to, even, you don't have to do the entire, I do everything, but even a small, like one part of your class, if you think it's a little bit harder, and you say, okay, I'm going to explain just that, a math concept or anything, and then students can go back to that and just listen to that. And you give examples and you solve a math problem or you say, I know, what are you teaching here? Let's say, I know the language and I saw some language teachers here. Anyone, any other subjects here? What do you teach?
Journalism.
Journalism, that's great.
Nonprofit management.
Okay. Any other?
Nursing.
So can you see yourself using that as explaining a concept or explaining something in that you want to give, and the fact that you can highlight and you can focus on something is really helpful. And again, it's give them more responsibility. And if they say, oh, I didn't get it, okay, watch me. So many students come to me and say, I didn't get it, especially online, and say, did you watch the video? Oh no, I forgot. Okay, go watch the video and then come to me. And usually they don't come because it's very clear. It's like I speak a lot of English there too, but it's a way to do it. Another things that you can do with that. So there's one more thing that we can show, and I'm going to show you that when you see I can see myself, and sometimes I'm just doing that with them, like so you can see my screen, and this is here. So this is the webcam and my screen. So.
Hi everyone, how are you guys? I you had a good weekend and good first week. Today I'm going to talk about the second part of the unit, pages 20 to 42. So last week we ended with from, me. For example, I'm from Israel, אני מישראל, הוא מהולנד. And today we are going to add the question that asks where from.
Or just an announcement, just you. So it's you by yourself, you on a screen, just a screen. Okay?
So this
Yes.
is like voice over PowerPoint.
Yes. Well, yes.
Is it possible to, we have an American Sign Language program, would it be possible to have what's on the screen be a live lecture and then a signer, translator up in the corner in the webcam?
You only get one camera
Okay,
in addition to
Yeah.
the screen that you have.
Okay.
So it would have to be, if you wanted to do the sign language, you could have an audio track, somebody talking, and then the sign language.
okay.
Yeah, someone is
on the
actually
screen.
next to you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not quite what I want, but it sounds like I'm getting close, so.
Getting close, and
Thank
I
you.
think if we keep digging into that, we
Oh,
might
yeah,
find.
absolutely.
This is, but that's exactly what we are doing here. That introduce something, and then you go and you see what you need in your
Actually,
subject.
Julie, if you notice right here, this is broadcasting my screen, my computer, that I'm bouncing off of hers. So we have two different screens that we could actually do if you're using Zoom. So you're using Kaltura and Zoom together, you could have two screens
Okay,
popping up.
Okay,
So, but I think.
And we're recording.
And we're recording.
great, thank you.
Okay, great. So you can see I'm just recording myself, so there are a few options here. Okay, good. So let's continue. Okay. And now I will keep that because we need that for the. So we saw how to use the Kaltura to video your lectures. And again, most of the time I'm using screen. I'm doing it also for worksheets. So if I have worksheets that I want to show them how to do it, so I'm just giving them the answers. And I want to show you what I see, one more thing, because so I can see who is doing what. So for example, if I'm doing this, see, I'm looking for I have so many, so I have to look for that. And let's say I'm doing this. Okay, so here this is just another lecture. And here I can see who watched what. So I have analytics. Remember we talked at the beginning that there is analytics. So I can see, first of all, how many visits, how many plays, it gives me some statistics, but my students get points if I see their name. So this one, it was 4 plays. This one, she did 3 plays. And you can also look, if you do users, and you can see it individual. So you can get some data, like how much, how long it took them to watch. But again, it gives them, if I have students that come and say, I can immediately see that they didn't watch the video. So I will say, I know you didn't watch the video, because they can say, oh, I watched it. The beginning, they tried. They didn't know I see everything. So they say, oh, I watched it. And I said, you know what? I don't see that you watched it. So maybe it didn't work, but try again. Okay, because I have that. So, and I can see when, then it's just happy that they get it now, of course, it's just the beginning of the year. Now they're used to it. So it's nice for them to have it. And they actually, one of the feedback in the evaluation was that the videos were essential for their success. Essential. They watch it, they hear it, they speak, and they had time to review everything. It wasn't one-time lecture or one time I missed class. So again, this was really, and I think research actually now show that videos are key to succeed because students can have their own control on what they see and how they learn. Okay, so now let's do another fun thing about Kaltura, and then I'll give the surprise, sort of surprise. So the next one, see? Okay, so now we can use the videos as interactive video quizzes. They call it quiz, but it doesn't have to be a quiz. It can be just an assignment. It can be something that you just, check, assessment. It doesn't have to be a quiz, but they call it this way. So why use interactive video quizzes? Encourage and increase engagement. So everyone has to watch and everyone is engaged because they are in front of their screen watching a video and answering questions. So there is no other people to take the responsibility. Promote active viewing, again, by watching and answering questions so you know they have to listen. Even though if they maybe do forward and backward, but still they are active, they are not just, on their phone while the video, you watch it in class. Also it saves class time. If you want to show videos, YouTube or any video that you want to show, you can save class time and tell, watch at home. In class, we are going to talk about it, we're going to elaborate it, but we're not going to take class time to watch. Measure participants' interest and understanding, formally assess comprehension and knowledge, track the progress of students and view the results, so I will show you, and then have a clear idea of where your students struggle and identify errors in thinking concepts. So while they're watching the video, I can see, okay, you know what, I teach a novice high the language, but I gave them a video that I guess it was intermediate or advanced even, and I didn't realize that. And by the way they answer the question, I say, okay, they didn't get that. This video was too hard for them. It gives you a lot of, you can see where your students are by the way they answer. So let's look at an example of interactive quiz. So again, I'm using first Kaltura, like before. So the same place that, see, it's the same place that, it's like my library. The same place that I have my videos, now I'm doing a quiz. So if you look, remember I showed you this one that I'm on the side? I use it also as a quiz. I'm taking the same video, and I just doing like this, add new, and I'm just saying video quiz, and it turns it. Just 1 second. So I'm doing, so the question is in Hebrew, of course, but.
So they can watch the video, and as they're watching.
Right, so they are watching, and they're watching, I said, okay, what do you see in the pictures of the 13 and 14? This is just a YouTube about the development of the states of Israel, and then they have to see what they watch. So they watch a video, and then this is the vocabulary, but at the end there is a song also. So they keep going, and let's say I just chose this one, and I do continue, and they go, and the video keep going. You see the videos keep going, and then there will be another question. And again, so that I check in whatever you want to check, you can check. Now you can have multiple choice, and very soon you will have, I just spoke with Amy, and hopefully we will have the other two options, yes or no question, true or false, or thinking, like reflection while you are watching. It's relatively new, so I know now that I, make a request because I'm trying everything. So it will be nice because they're going to add the feature that you can have your reflection while watching. So students will be able to actually say, oh, it's really interesting that Israel in the 40s talked about, the land and not about, technology. Yeah.
Is the video will not advance until they've answered the question?
Yes, but you can have you have an option to do skip.
Okay.
You can program it. So when we get there, I'll show you. You can program. You can say students. For me, I didn't want them to skip because it's a timeline. So I wanted to see, because it goes from the 30 Israel before it became a state to today. But if it doesn't matter the order, or if you feel that it's okay, they can move around, you have an option to skip a question, go back to that. You have an option to give them a hint, like you say, okay, look carefully at the picture, or look carefully at that word. Again, it's not, I don't use it as quizzes at this point. I'm using it more as, helping them to study and be engaged. So I don't give less points if they don't do it correctly, but I'm trying to teach them how to be more independent learners, and not worry about the grades, and not worry about at this point if I did it. So I'm telling them, you can skip, you can go back, just be engaged with the language and with the content. Yes.
Are these questions embedded into a YouTube video?
So you can do that.
You can.
Yes, you can
Okay.
do that. You can do, any videos that you have, and it's really a cool tool. Then they keep going, and I can skip questions, and then there is a song here at the end that the video has it, so they have to listen to the song, and then so continue, and I can skip to this one. So this is like they singing. Now it's very nice to put a question at the end because you make sure that they watch all the videos. Okay, now let's see. So then I have actions, and I can see how they did. And what's nice about the quiz is that it gives me also an idea of the level of the question. So first of all, I can see who did that, but I can see the average, okay? I guess this was too hard for them. I'm going to quiz users, and here I can see people, and I can say, okay, she did 4 correct and 2 not correct. So they give it by people, okay? And Josh did this. What's that? Oh, okay. And then I can do, and he did, so I can do this. This is individual, but I can also look at the quiz questions, and I can decide if the question was too hard. So if I look at the first question, I see everyone got it correctly. So that's a very good sign for me, because it means that beginning should be warm up, like don't frustrate them at the beginning. So say, okay, this was a good question, I keep it, because the students like to succeed at the beginning, and they are more tolerate when they don't know it. But if at the first question they don't know, it's like, oh, if I don't know the first question, probably I'm quitting now. So try to do, and then I'm looking at the second question, and I say, okay, not bad, because only 1 mistake, so it starts with it. And the third question, I see, okay, here people already have 2 mistakes. But again, it gives you really indication of what you do. And so this is a really great tool and for improvement. And then, of course, you have the users, and then, as I said, and so this is the interactive video. And I think this, so again, we talked about all that. And now I will show you, so this is through Kaltura, yes.
Is there a way to give a grade based on participation, like straight to the gradebook versus what they scored?
Yes, so it depends what. This Kaltura doesn't work at this point directly to the gradebook, but the next one will work. So what I do, I put it as an assignment in the gradebook, but I have to put the
So you have to enter yourself.
with Kaltura. Amy is not right, it's not working yet.
Yeah, it doesn't fall over into the grade.
But, and this is the big surprise, H5P does work and integrated to Canvas. So let's look at that. So this was just one way to look at movies, how to incorporate it. And again, it can be 1 question, 2 questions. You don't have to, even you just start, even if you decide, okay, from now until the end of the semester, maybe I will do 1 and let them just watch and ask 1 question or 2 questions. So that's and then, so at this point, you can make it as an assignment, but it will not go directly. But the next one, and then I'll show you 1 more example. So why using interactive video? So we talked about download the question before taking the quiz. All that you can decide when you have a setting for the quiz, and you can decide request hints, receive explanation. So you have a point that you can say, okay, now that you answer it, we take like quizzes, sometimes trivia online, right? It gives you, okay, did you know that, Israel became a state in 1948? So that's a question that you didn't know, now I explain, and the UN voted, and I can give more explanations. For example, 33 countries voted for Israel to become a state, 13 countries were against Israel. So I can add to the question. So it's nice because it gives them more information after the answer. Explanation, skip a question, return later, watch media segments, and so you can give them, okay, you can watch all the questions, you can see all the questions before and now go, because some students went, I want to see what's the question before, so I can watch it with my mind set to these questions. So again, pedagogy, it's what you decide for your students. If you want them to be able to see all the questions, that's one pedagogy area that you say, yeah, why not? I want them to be prepared. It's like me, okay? So if they tell me, okay, these are the questions that people will ask you, be prepared. And then receive feedback and then to correct answers. If you want, they can go back and correct. So my students can correct all their answers usually at this point because I want them to just go back to again, I'm not for the grade, more for again, if they do it and if they try and it's language and it's online and it's hard, this is not the area that I'm looking for points. They have finals, they have tests, they have other things. But when I use interactive videos, for me, it's more like be engaged with the language, enjoy it, listen to the language. Don't worry about, I get, A, B, C, just, be part of what we're doing. So because I release that from them, they're not so worried and they're more focused on really watching because again, I don't see them face to face. So now let's do one more, and that's a surprise. So H5P, this is interactive content that UWM has, and if you want, you can actually ask from CITL. I spoke with Amy yesterday, so you can have an account and use it. I will not show all that. I do all that. There are all kinds of activities for content. You can do matching, you can do course presentation, you can do all these. I'm going just to show you the videos that I'm using because this is what we're doing today. But there are so many options.
Yeah, is this h5p.org or
Yes.
h5p.com?
.org.
.org, okay.
.org means that if you do, .org means that it's integrated in Canvas. You can see reports, you can see the students, again, like Kaltura, and I'm going to show you. So the first one, let's say they are watching this movie. So you see it goes to my Canvas immediately. It's in my Canvas, okay? And again, it's the same idea, what nice that I have reports here. So this is part of their assignment, and you can make it as an assignment in Canvas, and then it's automatically go to your grade. So they are watching, and again, they have questions here. Okay, so this is the...
מייסדי אשדוד ים, פסיפס נבנו כאצבעות לים הפתוח.
They have questions, so then they have to check. And then that's nice because they can check and give immediate feedback.
תוך התחשבות מרבית במשאבים המאפשרים
And let's say, and they can hear it, and I'm choosing that one, okay? So, retrace, show solution or continue. Okay, so they study, they show solution, okay? And then I continue.
תפעול יעיל של פריקה וטעינה לשיקומה של המערכת האקולוגית בנחל לכיש, הנושק לגבולו הדרומי של הנמל והמהווה מוקד לחובבי טבע וצפרות.
You get reports, and you can see again how many students, how many times, and you can go for each one of them separately, and you can see again areas. I can see how many times and how long it took him. So it took him 10 minutes to watch the video. And then he has all the answers, and I can see if there are mistakes. I know again what was hard, or if he's the only one. But again, statistics it gives you. But it's nice because, as you see, it's immediately in my Canvas. And another one, another H5P option. So again, there are so many options, but this was from before we could do it. So they are watching this and they answer a question, okay? It's about, origin of falafel. And they can drag things, okay? So they can, okay, and then they can go to the next question. Okay, and then let's say, and then they can watch a video. You just go to the video. Okay, here's these are all kinds of things that H5P they need to match. So this one goes here. So it gives me, I can move it up. Okay, and so you can decide if you want it, but then where's the video? I think it's here. But what's nice here that you can incorporate the video. Maybe I skip that.
So that's slides. So you can do slides as well as videos.
It's part of it's part of H5P. Here's the video. Okay, so they are watching the video. I can incorporate in this. It's like a video presentation, so I can have vocabulary, I can have drag, I can have grammar, I can have everything set. So this is a, no, we have question about
לכל מדינה כאן בעולם מאכל לאומי המוכר לכולם לכל ילד בגן יודע כי האוכל מקרוני הוא איטלקי לאוסטרים בווינה שניצל טעים.
There are so many options with H5P. It's really a great tool, and I think I don't know if you want to see all of that. It's a lot of activities that you can do. All these, so it's a great another great tool to incorporate. So I know it's a lot, and in one day you cannot. Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry, I just want to make a point of clarification too, because you were using H5P before we had the institutional license. So you had to create everything through h5p.org. But now we have the institutional license. So if you contact us, we can add it to your course site.
Yep.
And then it's all built right in the Canvas and you don't have to create an account.
So I can show you that I already did. I did that, right? So I have an account. This is my content. So I worked with CETL, actually with the LRC, and they created my account. So I have my Hebrew account, and then it's very easy to insert. So this is my Hebrew, let's say my Hebrew 201 or my Hebrew 102. Okay, so I have all my, and it goes by unit. So this is like unit 5, let's say. And this is all my videos, all my H5P. And what you do when you go to Canvas, so if you want to, let's say, I'm just going to, I don't know, take my, just a sample. So if I go to assignments, okay, and I go, let's say, I'm creating an assignment, okay, let's say H5P, okay, and then it doesn't matter now the date, and when I go back here, and I'm going edit, and what I'm doing, I'm creating an assignment, and here, where it says no submission, I'm actually doing external tool, and then find, and then I'm going here, and I have H5P, and I have all my maybe it's not in my
You might not be enabled for that particular
not
class.
in that stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, let me do that. Let me do the regular class. I'm sorry.
The moral of the story is, as you're working on it, that you can integrate the H5P content into your Canvas course and have the
Right, and
grades
then
that students do reported back to the gradebook into an assignment. So it automatically is recorded as they do it, not only in H5P, but then in Canvas, so you don't have to touch the grading.
Yeah, so let me show you a class that did that, and it's integrated. So again, if you do assignment, and I have one more thing to show today, so I have time. Okay, so if you go to assignments, and again, I'm going to do a plus, and let's say H5P, and okay, then I'm doing save. I'm going to my assignment, okay, and then edit, and then when it says submission, I'm going to do the external tool, and then find, and here I have the H5P, you see here, okay, H5P, and then I can choose for my classes. So let's say I'm going to choose insert. You see, I can insert any, okay, so let's say this is my Hebrew, I'm sorry, I want to do Hebrew, and if I, let's say if I want to take 102, for example, and then here, so it's actually, it's all, then I do insert, okay? I just chose one of them and then do select, okay, and then save. I'm not going to publish it yet, okay? And now it's there. Oh, I did H5. Okay, now it's there, and I'm waiting for student to take it. I report, and then if you go to your Canvas, to your grades, I can see it goes directly there. So if, oh, I'm sorry, not grades. Oh yeah, grades. But I can go to this assignment, so for example, and you can see SpeedGrader if you use that. Okay, so for example, I did yesterday, I know already a student here, this one. So this is H5P, online activity. Please take it here because I want them to use it. I incorporate, and then I have my SpeedGrader here. So I can use it as an assignment. Okay, so that's the H5P and the videos. And then one more thing. Yeah, okay, I know it's a lot.
So if you were doing H5P, where would you get help for that? Yeah, where did you get help for H5P?
Well, I got help from the LRC,
Mhm.
the Language Center, but it's a lot of studying on your own. There is a lot of YouTube, how to do everything. There is on their website, they give all these guidance and.
So you're having to train yourself on that then? Is that what you're, okay.
Well, many times we have to train ourselves with new technology, but I will suggest to start very small. If you want to use that, to take one or two things with H5P, but I think that we are going to give more training on H5P. Okay, so now the last thing for today is using the Canvas now. No external tool, no Kaltura, and no H5P, just Canvas itself. So when you're using Canvas to record videos, you have online learners participate with recorded movies and video. Again, my students have to record because they use the language, but also if you want to have opinions and you want to give something in a discussion, maybe you did something in class and you want to continue this discussion, but you don't want to give another class for that. So you say, okay, this is really nice, discussion what we had today, let's continue it on Canvas. I'm going to post and everyone should, respond to that or say something, and then they can record themselves just writing. And it's nice sometimes because you don't have every time just to write. Sometimes people are more verbal, they are more, not me, like I prefer in English, well, in Hebrew, of course. But let's say you give people, sometimes I just give them option. You can talk about it or you can write about it. But you can, tell a lot about people when they talk, and improves online communication. Again, people see each other, so especially in online, but also quiet students that usually don't speak in class. And then foster online community, make classroom more personalized, accountable, and interactive, and promote student, again, centered learning. And let's do example. So there are two examples. The first example, and when students upload their PowerPoint as a video to the discussion, and then other students respond to them. So they had to choose, remember we're talking about cities, so they had to choose the city of their choice. And I give them instructions how to record. So the technology part will be, to teach them how to do things, but you invest time one time, and then you have it for the rest. This is when they have to introduce themselves about their family. They have to tell about their family. So students introduce themselves, and when they introduce themselves, other people
Shalom, אני לי ברut.
And then ask them
המשפחה שלי קטנה.
Way to ask questions can be
המשפחה שלי גרה בוויסקונסין.
So for them
אבא
to
שלי הוא מוויומינג.
but also speak
אמא שלי היא מניו יורק.
about themselves, but also other people.
אבא ואמא שלי
And it's
בני
nice to see them
44.
and
אחותי
beginning
בת
they're embarrassed,
11.
not comfortable to speak in
תודה.
front of, you see yourself, but they get used to that. So you can see them in their homes.
יש לי
They are speaking, they are
משפחה
introduce
קטנה.
themselves. So that's one. And the other one I
המשפחה
want to
שלי
show
היא
is when they upload their videos and other people comment. So again, this is through Canvas discussion. I'm creating and I'm giving them how to do it, how they can record themselves, and then they create the movies. And what's nice about it when they create a movie, let me see, okay. I don't know if you can hear, but so they upload a movie, and the way to do it is very easy. I'll show you, and they talk about Chicago. He's talking about Chicago.
העיר שנולדתי פה.
Yeah, right.
ליד ג'ורג' מורה.
But anyway, students are talking.
שיקגו היא העיר הגדולה השלישית בארצות הברית. העיר הזאת...
City of their choice. Okay, and this is another city. I think this is like...
4,029,515 תושבים גרים בתל אביב.
on the button. They don't
תל
have
אביב נוסדה 11 באפריל 1909.
window. It's there.
ראשון לציון היא עיר גדולה ליד תל אביב.
Which is really a nice.
נמל תל אביב היא נמל בתל אביב. יש
and
אנשים
then,
מאפריקה, ערב, סין וצרפת בתל אביב.
again, very easy. If you go to, let's say I'm going to give an announcement, I use it as an announcement, like I did like at the beginning, hi everyone, everyone is like introducing themselves, tell me why you take this class, what do you want to gain from that, and then I can see their faces. But also, if you have a bigger class, even if you see them face to face, there are things that you can ask them to do outside of class with uploading video. So if you want to do, for example, the way to do it, both things is that you go to here, here, which is the record, and you have two options. One is to record. So I'm just recording myself, start recording, and I can just say, hi, shalom. Okay, I'm talking, and then I stop it, and then it gives you, and then students just record themselves, very easy. They just use the canvas, and it's finished, and it's there. Okay, and save. Okay, and you see it's already here. And I can, and students respond to me and say, oh, it's so nice to meet you. I'm really looking forward to study Hebrew. and then you have all the videos. And for me, it's really nice because I see them immediately. And you can do it even pre-class, like pre-semester. Everyone introduces themselves. And when you come to class, oh, familiar faces. Oh, I saw your video. Oh, immediately you get personalized, relationship because and also you can tell, who is your class by everyone uploading. And I also say, if you know anything in Hebrew, you can say it now. So some people know some words. And then the other option with this will be when you upload and you upload video. So that's upload media, and they can select audio. So sometimes they can just record. So many times in my class, I give them to record themselves just to practice reading, to practice, for example, I give them exercise. You got a paragraph in present tense, say it now in past tense. So they just read. So they use they don't need, no excuses, my phone didn't work, I don't have this. Just use Canvas, record yourself. It's really easy, and then also select video media. And here they upload their videos. So again, they look it in their computer and upload. The students found it extremely easy. Even students that, I have some older students that are not familiar so much with technology. I have even 60 years old students, and they found it that, yeah, that's it. I just need to click here and then upload. Yeah, that's it. So, and for me, it's a great tool because the more they speak and the more they listen to the language, I know that I at least do that part of the language that I cannot do face to face. So.
Does anyone have any questions?
Yes, I'm sorry I took all the time.
I have one question, because I have heard that you have online live discussions. How do you do that?
Live discussions?
Yes, online live discussions is what I heard.
Like with Zoom?
You could do that with
Zoom?
Collaborate Ultra. Yep. Collaborate Ultra, which is already built into Canvas. So that allows you to, it's like Zoom, but it's built into Canvas already, and then you can do those live present conversations
So
and
do you have
discussions.
Zoom
I have
classes?
Zoom, yes.
You use Zoom?
Yes.
Okay. And how do you do that?
Zoom? I meet with them once a week, face to face.
Face to
So-
face once a week online?
And
Yes.
and that's what
Yes,
Ultra
so
is built in to do.
So I meet with them, yeah. So I meet with them face to face, and then I record my classes,
Mhm.
and then I put it on Canvas.
So how do you do that?
I have a Zoom account,
But you'd need a Zoom license.
but
It
you
just-
can have it from UWM. Well, we pay.
You pay.
No,
Campus doesn't.
Oh,
Well, not
you have
yet.
to get your own Zoom.
You have-
Collaborate.
So
Ultra
I
does
have-
as well,
built.
and that's-
Pardon?
Collaborate Ultra is built to do that within Canvas
Yes.
already.
Okay.
Yeah, and that would do pretty much the exact same thing.
But I like the
Oh,
Zoom.
see, there's your Zoom link.
Yeah, so I like the Zoom because I
Okay.
can, I'm recording my classes, I can break them into rooms. So Zoom gives you a board, so you can write everything on the board. And then Zoom can also, you can break them into rooms. So if I have 20 students in the evening, so I just, I divide them into groups of 3 or 2. And then I can pop into each room and listen. So usually they're walking because they don't know when, well, they are studying, practicing, and then I can get into each room and help them. And then I say, okay, you have 2 minutes, and then everyone comes back to,
But that's something.
if I had time, I would have shown you, but I have all my Zooms are recorded. So that's again, another thing for students that are not.
But you purchased your own license for that.
Well,
It's
the
not
department,
campus.
so it was part of our budget. It's not a lot at all. It's only $12
Ultra
per month. So I put it in my budget.
Okay.
See, so
Ultra
I have all the
English.
class recording, all these recordings.
There's a question online. as
And so
well.
we had a question online. I just wanted to circle back quickly to H5P and what Dylan was saying. So we had somebody ask, is H5P available to everyone at UWM, the .com one that actually passes grades back? So CETL?
Just have them contact CETL.
So contact
and we
CETL.
can work with them.
Okay, so that's for
Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're beginning a pilot on that, and so if they're interested in that, just have them contact CETL and we'll get back to them and work out the details.
Perfect, thank you.
So was it too overwhelming? Or you can take one thing to go and maybe start something? And you can contact me, it's Yael, I'm only Yael, so yael@uwm.edu. If you want any help or even I will be happy to help you, in person. So thank you very much. We didn't have enough time.